What's good? What's down with it, my Chop It Up family? It's your boy, the host, Kai the Great, aka Cobra Kai, and welcome back to another episode of the NOLA Chop Podcast. This is where we chop it up about our beloved New Orleans Saints and the New Orleans Pelicans. Yada know what I mean? So we are back once again in the Chop Shop family. So y'all know what it is. Y'all already know. Y'all know what we about to do. Y'all know what we finna do. And without further ado, let's chop it up. And today's episode is brought to you by, come on now, I ain't really gotta say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Your boy, man, your host, your favorite unk, this YouTube channel / podcast. And more importantly, let's not forget, y'all, my NOLA Chop It Up family. I mean, y'all the only sponsors I need at this point. Y'all support me, and I support y'all. Simple as that. But family, we are back after a bye week last week. Sorry I wasn't live last week, but we are here. You know what I'm saying? About to talk about these Pelicans all episode. The Pelicans been active and aggressive, man, the past couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I got a shout out to Joe Cool, man, Joe Dumars for improving this roster. I mean, it looked good. It looks good on paper right now, but we gotta actually see how it all gonna come about on the court. You know what I'm saying? But he made some aggressive moves throughout the draft, and he got a player out of free agency, which I'm gonna get all into that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So let me get into the comments real quick. One more real quick. As always, as usual, my dog, the first one in here, OGJP Jerry G. What's down with it? Jerry, man, good to see you in the chat, brother. We are back, you know what I'm saying? About to talk about these Pelicans. Oh, we got another one in the building. My dog, Derek L. D Money, you know what I'm saying? He's saying, what's good, Cap, my guy? I'm just checking in before I go teach this class. I see light at the end of the tunnel. All right, DL, man. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Good luck on your class today, man. You know what I'm saying? But, fam, we're going to talk about these Pelicans, man. But again, shout out to Joe Dumars, man, for really making some aggressive moves. I mean, there's one move he was kind of a risky move, but I'm gonna get into all that later. You know what I'm saying? So, where should I start with? You know what? Let me start from the beginning, man. Let me start with CJ McCollum. As y'all know, the Pelicans traded CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk to the Washington Wizards, and in return, the Pelicans are receiving Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the number 40th pick that was in this year's NBA draft, which I'm gonna get into that later. So, but first off and foremost, I wanna salute CJ McCollum. You know what I'm saying? All he's done for the team, not just for the team, you know what I'm saying, for the city, being active in the community, you know what I'm saying, being a true vet, being, bringing leadership to this team, you know what I'm saying, So, I mean, when we had traded for him 3.5 years ago, man, I was so excited and so ecstatic that we got an all-star level player that we brought in that can level things out within the roster with BI and Zion, you know what I'm saying? He became that third piece, you know what I'm saying? So he gonna be missed, man. But I remember when we traded for him, man, our season was pretty much going downhill, you know what I'm saying? That was actually Willie Green's first year with us. I mean, we had kind of turned the tide a little bit before we had traded for CJ McCollum. You know what I'm saying? But when we made that trade officially, I mean, it was all systems go after that. I mean, we had went on a bit of a winning streak. We had made the play-in tournament. We had beat the Spurs at home, and then we took on the LA Clippers a few days later to get into the playoffs. The infamous Willie Green speech. I remember his speech. I can't remember how it go, but I remember, the saying he said, though, you gotta freaking fight. You gotta fight. That's all I remember from Willie Green. That was like the infamous speech he gave, and that really lit a fire under the team's ass. You know what I'm saying? That propelled us that win and got us into that playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And we had faced the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Nobody gave us no shot to win no games against the Phoenix Suns. And look what we did. We took them to 6 games. We won 2 games. You know what I'm saying? So, even though they still beat us, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I was excited, man. I was happy. I ain't care. I ain't much care that we lost that series. I was just ecstatic how this team was progressing, and I really was looking forward to see how this team was going to how it's going to be in the near future. You know what I'm saying? Right now we are in the future, and now CJ McCollum is up out of here. He's going to Washington, but I want to salute brother CJ, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do big things out in Washington, but you always you always be loved by New Orleans, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I will always be a fan, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So salute to your brother CJ. We gonna miss you, brother. So, but yeah, as y'all know, the NBA is a business, so the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? So in comes Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey. Now with Jordan Poole, he's a solid player. You know what I'm saying? He can get you buckets all over the floor. He's like Steph Curry like. You know what I'm saying? Like very much Steph Curry like. He could pull up from three. He could hit that thing from half court just like Steph Curry. So I'm excited, that we got him in the trade. I was shocking. It was really very shocking to me that we got him in the trade. You know what I'm saying? So, but but with Jordan Poole though, he is a streaky type of player. I mean, he can be hot some games and he can be cold some games. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be a little streaky. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, he is a solid addition to the roster. You know what I'm saying? And then uh, we got Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey, I really was a fan of Sadiq Bey, you know what I'm saying, over the course of his career, you know what I'm saying. He didn't play at all last year, or this past year, due to, I believe he had suffered an ACL injury, but I'm going ahead of myself, and I had the CJ McCollum trade article up here. Give me a second. All right, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Pelicans deal CJ McCollum to the Wizards for Jordan Poole. Washington sends Jordan Poole to Sadiq Bey and the number 40 pick into the 2025 draft to New Orleans. The New Orleans Pelicans have agreed to trade veterans guard C.J. McCollum, center Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick to the Washington Wizards for guard Jordan Poole, wing Sadiq Bey, and the 40th pick in Thursday's second round of NBA draft, which we used on Makai P. Is it Makai or Micah? I keep missing that, man. It might be Micah. I'm thinking about Micah Parsons of the Cowgirls. You know what I'm saying? So it might be Micah Peavy. So, but we drafted him out of Georgetown. So the trade, which also includes Cam Whitmore joining the Wizards and Mojave King moving to the Houston Rockets. All this was confirmed yesterday, July 6th. So Pelicans received, as I said earlier, they received Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, Micah Peavy, the number 40 overall pick, and the Wizards received Cam Whitmore, C.J. McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, the 2027 second round pick, and Rockets received Mojave King, the number 47 overall, 2026 second round pick, 2029 second round pick. All right. C.J. McCollum is a 12-year veteran who has averaged 19.6 points per game throughout his career. Now joins his third team since 2022 after spending the bulk of his career with Portland. Poole, a 6-year veteran who has averaged 16.8 points per game, also joined his third franchise after spending his first 4 seasons with Golden State and the past 2 with the Wizards. The Wizards, who are maximizing their youth movement, will gain financial freedom in the deal, which they can use going forward to continue their rebuild. They easily could have around $100 million in cap space for the summer of 2026, largely by cleaning $57 million in expiring contracts for McCollum and Olynyk this coming season. Damn. It's likely the Washington will look for guards with their 2 first-round picks Wednesday. Well, I ain't really got to read all that. The draft just happened. The Pelicans are entering a new era under the direction of Joe Dumars, a former NBA champion, as a player and general manager with Detroit, who was hired in April to replace David Griffin as executive vice president of basketball operations. Last week, Dumars acquired a second first-round draft choice, 23rd overall, to go with the club's 7th overall pick in trade that sent a 2026 first round to Indiana. Olynyk, a Canadian, spent less than a season in New Orleans after being dealt by Toronto as part of a deal that sent high-scoring wing Brandon Ingram to the Raptors. The 12-year veteran has averaged 10.2 points and 5.2 rebounds during his career. Bay, a 19 overall pick out of Villanova in 2020, has averaged 14 points per game with Detroit and Atlanta. He spent last season with Washington, but did not play while recovering from reconstructive knee surgery. In the short term, the deal could also make the Wizards more competitive. They were next to last in three-point shooting last season with McCollum and Olynyk. Should be improvements there. McCollum is a locker room leader, a union president, and still a very productive player. He's one of three players averaging at least 20 points in each of the last 10 seasons. The others are LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan. So, but there you have it, family. The trade has become official yesterday. So, CJ out, Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey is in New Orleans. So, once again, salute to brother CJ. Do big things out there in Washington, you know what I'm saying? But as I was saying earlier about Jordan Poole, he is a streaky type of player, you know what I'm saying? But he's still solid, and he going to bring a lot of offense. So I'm anxious to see how this background going to be, you know what I'm saying, with Jordan Poole and Jeremiah Fears, which I'll get into him next segment. But I'm really excited for Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole going to bring some – he's going to bring some leadership too, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, with the Pelicans, I like how we're getting younger now. This roster is very young now. You know, us trading CJ and Kelly Olynyk for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey, they bring, you know, a lot of youth now. You know, we got a lot of youth on this team, and I think the oldest player on this team now is well, I'll get into him later on too, Kevon Looney. You know, we signed him last week for agency. But moving on, Sadiq Bey. Yeah, Sadiq Bey is another solid addition to this team. I remember one game he had hit. I think he had went for 51 points when he was in Detroit, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And he really balled out for that team. But he's a true baller anyway, and he can bring a lot to this team. I mean, he might bring in he might be like coming off the bench, like give you like 14 to 15 minutes a game, maybe more. You know what I'm saying? He could bring a lot of offense. He got a nice mid jumper, a nice 3-point shot. He could get your buckets inside, outside. You know what I'm saying? Nice passer, but he a weapon though. He a solid addition. He'll be a solid weapon. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm really excited for these guys, man. I think they gonna really propel us back into the what we trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Especially with our draft selections too. All right, so moving on to our draft selections, you know what I'm saying? Jeremiah Fears, we took in the 7th pick. And I discussed him a couple episodes ago, 2 weeks ago when I had the episode. I ain't go live last week, but I talked about him on my last episode. I really like this addition. I didn't think that he was gonna be there when we had picked that 7th. I mean, I figured that we probably could have took Malawatch or Ace Bailey, you know, but Ace Bailey went before, you know what I'm saying? He went to Utah. And I was really shocked that we took Jeremiah Fears, because I really thought Malawatch gonna be the big guy from Duke. But I'm happy for Jeremiah Fears, and as I said on the last episode, he's a solid player too. And this man, he can give you buckets inside, man. He remind me of a Russell Westbrook and somewhat of a Tony Parker, how he always driving to the lane and he just get his buckets, you know what I'm saying? But he's solid though, man. He real solid. But the thing is with him, he just need to improve on his 3-point shooting, and he need to be more of a better facilitator. And you know, he do that, man. He could be the total package on his team for the future. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is, I'm not sure if he gonna start or he gonna come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I think Joe Dumars said it's in the air right now. He could play either role. So, but if he be a rotational guy off the bench, I mean, he's still gonna get his minutes and he's still gonna bring your offense. You know what I'm saying? So Jeremiah Fears is gonna be a very good solid addition to his roster. So salute to Joe Dumars making that move and selecting him. You know what I'm saying? And I know he talked to Jeremiah Fears on the phone when he drafted him, and he was telling him that we both wanted this. You know what I'm saying? We both wanted this. You know what I'm saying? Now we got it. Now we just got to execute. You know what I'm saying? So you're here now, so we got to execute. You know what I'm saying? So very excited for Jeremiah Fears. I think he's going to bring a lot of intensity and energy to this roster in the future and years to come. So, And moving on, the next pick, we had the 23rd pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? In the draft, and then we moved up 10 spots. 10 spots to move up 13. We traded with the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of we received a lot of criticism trading our unprotected pick for next year. You know what I'm saying, to move up. You know what I'm saying? And with that pick at 13, we selected Derek Queen. You know what I'm saying? The big man out of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of the national media was just blowing. This was just overblown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. I get it that this move was really risky for us, and we trading our unprotected pick that could be like a top 5 pick in the draft next year. You know what I'm saying? But with Derek Queen, he taking it as a positive and a positive approach. You know what I'm saying? He saying that he could beat everybody in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the league. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he gonna make Joe Dumars like a genius. You know what I'm saying? At the end. You know what I'm saying? So I just love his attitude and his swag and how he answered it. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be really fun to watch on this roster, and I'm really happy that we drafted him. I was really shocked that we took him. I heard his name so much before the draft and the day of the draft that that we should select him. But we got him though. But I had watched the tape on him that night of the draft. I mean, this man got great footwork. I mean, he could drive it to the basket, get your rebounds. He got a nice mid jumper. You know what I'm saying? And he bring a presence. Bring a presence. You know what I'm saying, in the paint. And he got a nice mid jumper, man. That midi man is fire. He got a nice mid jumper. But he could get you 3-point shots too. He's not good at it though, but he could get you some every once in a while. But I just like his game overall. But his footwork, his spin move, I mean, I could see him next to Zion. They're gonna do some great things, or him next to E. Misi, like throwing lives to Zion or throwing lives to E. Misi, or he gonna be on the other end of getting lives. You know what I'm saying? So this young man, he gonna be a force to be reckoned with on this roster. You know what I'm saying? I just cannot wait to see this up close and personal throughout the season. And Summer League is this week. I think it starts Wednesday. So, but I'm excited. You know what I'm saying, for this draft class. You know what I'm saying? So my bad. I'm gonna get to the chat real quick. All right. This Derek L and Jerry hollering at each other. What Jerry said. What you say, Jerry? How was your weekend, Kai? My weekend was straight, OG. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty smooth, pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I worked, but yesterday I was off. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm off, but you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty a good weekend, brother Jerry. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you had a great weekend too. You know what I'm saying? And we here chopping it up about these Pelicans. You already know. But weekend was straight, Jerry. Appreciate you for asking, brother. Uh, Moving on, family. The next pick, the number 40 pick, which, as I mentioned earlier, Micah Peavy. You know what I'm saying? Out of Georgetown. So with Micah, he's like a defensive. He bring a defensive presence on the roster. I had watched this tape. I like his defense a lot. He led the SEC in steals. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be a nice addition to the team. I could see him and Herb tag teaming, you know what I'm saying, out there on the floor together on the defensive side, you know what I'm saying? But his offense is nice too, you know what I'm saying? He can shoot that thing from three, got a nice mid jumper. He could drive it to the basket, you know what I'm saying? He played a lot of inside game a lot. And his jump shot, man, is nice. He's nice, the overall pick. I mean, I ain't expect for us to go at him because I ain't heard nothing about him during the draft till that night. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think Michael Peavy gonna bring some great things to this team. You know what I'm saying? So, but the draft class, man. If I had to grade the draft class, I'll give it a solid A. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all might think I'm being biased, but I'm just calling like I said, man. It's a solid 8 for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the draft class, family. I'm just rolling through, family. I'm not trying not to keep y'all too long today. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I gotta run some errands real quick. But moving on. NBA free agency. NBA free agency, family. I mean, I ain't expect for us to what'd you say, Jerry? All right, Jerry. All right, that's what's up, Jerry. NBA free agency, family. As I stated earlier, we signed Kevon Looney out of Golden State, man. Golden State Warriors, former Warrior, coming here on a two-year, $16 million contract. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't expect for the Pelicans to be active on the first day of free agency, but we are in a new era, new regime. We got new people in the front office because Joe Dumars said, "Pull the trigger, man. He doing his thing right now." But let me go back on the draft real quick. A lot of criticism on that on the 13 pick. You know what I'm saying? On well, us trading our uh, unprotected pick. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of national media talking about that from the ESPN, a lot of channels on here on YouTube, a lot of podcasts. Bill Simmons saying that this was the worst move in NBA history. You know what I'm saying? I think he said top 5 worst moves in NBA history. I'm like, calm down, calm your ass down. Bill Simmons always say some greasy, just gonna say greasy shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about what team he talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's just he always be talking some negative drama. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I mean, look with Joe Dumars, he don't care about draft picks. He just care about he want a winner on the floor, winner on his team, and if that's what we got coming up in next season, I mean, he gonna prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was a risky move. I understand. Plus me, I understand it was a risky move, and I get it. But Joe just doing his job. Joe just really trying to put some winners out there on the floor. He trying to propel this team to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it takes for us to get where we're trying to go, then so be it. I'm riding with Joe Cool, man. You know what I'm saying? So and plus, if we wind up in the playoffs and that unprotected pick be like a 15, 16 pick or whatever, then so be it. We good. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's it though, man. I mean, I really don't care what the national media say. So we just doing us, you know what I'm saying? So I'm backing up Joe, pause, you know what I'm saying? Joe doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? But what you say, Jerry? Let's be clear. The national media hates the Pelicans and saying nothing new. It's you exactly right, OG. We here, man. We always here on that, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about the Saints, the Pelicans, New Orleans in general, you know what I'm saying? Think it was a good pick. I think it was a good pick too, Jerry, man. Derek Queen, man, he the future, man. So I really like his game a lot. And so I'm excited. I cannot wait to see this in the summer league. These guys play. It's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be exciting, man. So and I might just come back next Monday and just chop it up and talk about these guys individually again and just showing y'all what I see out of them. You know what I'm saying? When I see them on the summer league this week. So. All right, let me go back to Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney, man, that was a great pickup, man. That really shows up our front court on our roster. And with Kevon Looney, he brings veteran leadership and he brings championship experience. You know what I'm saying? So I like his game a lot too. You know what I'm saying? And he could be a mentor to some of these guys, but not some of these guys, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he's still young too. He's 29. You know what I'm saying? And he's the oldest cat on the roster now. 29. I mean, he's still a young pup in the game. I mean, he spent 10 years already in the league. With Golden State. So I mean, he always gonna be remembered as a Golden State Warrior. There's no doubt about it. The things he did with Golden State. Man won 3 championships in Golden State. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to bring that experience here to NOLA. So but I like his game a lot, though, man. He gonna really bring a presence down low with next to. I'm not sure he gonna be a starter or he coming off the bench. I think he might be probably coming off the bench though, but we got to see about that in months to come. You know what I'm saying? So, but with Kevon Looney, man, that was a great signing by the Pelicans though. And I think the Pelicans going. I think they trying. I think they got one more move in them. You know what I'm saying? I think, but we gonna have to see. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of names like Jonathan Kaminga out of from Golden State too. I've been hearing his name a lot linked to the Pelicans, but not sure that's gonna happen. I think the man want 30 mil a year or something. I think that's what he want, but I'm not sure if the Pels are willing to trade for him and give him that kind of contract or whatnot. I might get my story. I probably get my stories mixed up about that, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we do land him, then so be it. I mean, he bring some presence. You know what I'm saying on the team too. So another name I heard was Russell Westbrook. I know he was linked to us and he linked to the New York Knicks and he still linked to the Denver Nuggets too. So I don't think that's happening. I mean, he do come here. He coming off the bench too. So and another name that could possibly coming might be coming here is Chris Paul. Maybe, but don't think that's gonna happen. But it'll be nice for Chris Paul to come back and end his career in New Orleans where he started at. You know what I'm saying? So I heard a rumor that he got one more year left in him. I mean, the man is almost 40 years old. He'll be 40 years old next year. So I mean, some of these guys are about to be on their way out. Chris Paul, LeBron James, but look at LeBron. LeBron looks like he played another 5 more years, maybe. So guys like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, uh, Westbrook, they all in their late 30s now. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, you know. So these guys about to be out, man. So, but yeah, man. But their careers, man, their careers, and was fun and still fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? So, but that, but I think the Pelicans still might make some moves in free agency, though. It depends, though. But I still think just one more move. They're going to make one more move. You know what I'm saying? So, but other moves that they made in free agency, or I should say after the draft, I know I'm picky back and forth, y'all. My apologies. But they signed, I had it up here. They signed the cat after the draft on a two-way deal. What's his name? Hunter Dickinson? I think it's Hunter Dickinson. I think that's his name. On a two-way deal. I think he coming out of Kansas, I want to say. And they signed a couple more players too. They signed Chase Hunter. See, I didn't get a chance to look at some of these guys, man. My apologies. Yeah, I'm right on. Yeah, Hunter Dickinson. He come out of Kansas, so he'll be on the summer league roster, and he gonna be on the roster too on the Pels roster. So and but yeah, I think it's Hunter Dickinson, Chase Hunter. They just recently signed another player this morning out of LSU, Will Baker. Will Baker out of LSU. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so but I didn't get a chance to watch none of these guys, so but I get my chance in summer league to watch them. So but the Pels, man, they really remaking this roster and it's really gonna be fun to watch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for this season coming up. So but other moves that the Pels made, they waived some players too, family. They waived Brandon Boston Jr., which that really hurts, man. I really like Brandon Boston Jr., man. He really brought some. I really like his game a lot, man. He brought some energy off the bench, you know what I'm saying? And he can get you buckets, man. And it's gonna be hard, man. Hope he lands back on his feet. If not with us, with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But also they waived Alfred Payton Jr. for like the third, fourth time. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be missed too. I mean, he's much known for he's a great facilitator, family. He not really be worrying about no offense. He just be out there passing. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want him to do is pass. So, but his presence gonna be missed too. But the shocker that I saw the other day, man, was us waiving Antonio Reeves, our draft pick from last season. last NBA draft. I did not agree with that. I was like, why? I don't know how to put this in words. I don't know why they traded, or not traded, why they waived him after just one season. You know what I'm saying? I say, man, we should have held on to him and let him develop a little more. You know what I'm saying? Plus, when he got a chance on the floor, he really made a difference. He was a difference maker out there. You know what I'm saying? Even with all these guys we had out last year due to injuries, he really came up and stepped up out there. You know what I'm saying? Get you buckets. Yeah, I wish they could have gave him more time to develop, man. So it's crazy. I mean, they gotta stop giving up on players like that. They gave up on Dyson Daniels. You know what I'm saying? And look what he doing in Atlanta now. The season he had, putting up numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? I already know how good of a defensive player he was. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is with him though. When he was here, I just hate that he always passed the ball all the time. Like he always just too passive when he was with us. I'm not sure was it just him the or was it just coaching? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but now he in Atlanta, he really shooting lights out over there. I'm like, why he couldn't do that over here? You know what I'm saying? He did say some negative things about Dyson Daniels. So I mean, nothing negative things about New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't care about Dyson Daniels now. After that, I forgot he said some negative. I forgot what he said about New Orleans or the team or whatever. But that's that with Dyson Daniels. He's still playing lights out over there in Atlanta. So it is what it is. So he's no longer a Pelican. He no longer here. So it's whatever with Dyson. But still, at the end of the day, we still should just keep players that we're trying to develop when we draft them, and just don't wait them after one season. So, but whoever gets Antonio Reeves now, man, I think they're gonna have a secret weapon on their hands. So, but salute to Antonio Reeves. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's all I had for y'all. Oh, they also signed Trey Alexander too, family. I just had it up here. Give me a second. They signed Trey Alexander. I just had it up here. I'm tripping. See, every time when I go live, I be having my notes up here, but then I don't ever find them. I can't find them, I should say. Was it Trey Alexander? I think that's his name. Yeah, Trey Alexander, family. He coming from the Denver Nuggets, and he averaged 25 points a game. He shot 46% from the field. He's a 39% three-point shooter. 5.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and he's a good stealer too. He 1.6 steals. Well, he did all this in the G League, family, but he was with the Denver Nuggets last season. So that's probably what we did. We had Wave Antonio Reeves to bring in Trey Alexander. That's what it is. So we'll see how he gonna work out though. But this roster, though, I like how this roster is coming about though. So you know what I'm saying. So it's great to see. So, but I think that's all I got for y'all for today. Oh, one more thing, family. Y'all know the Saints. I'll come back with y'all some Saints stuff. But training camp is 2 weeks and 2 weeks away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. We are 9 Sundays away till the new NFL season, man. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be on and popping once again, family, in the city. So 9 Sundays away. So September 7th is kickoff. That's my birthday weekend. Well, my birthday is the next day on the 8th, my 41st birthday, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's about it, fam. That's all I got for y'all today on the Pelicans, man. If any more breaking news happen with the Pelicans or Saints, I will drop a video and we gonna chop it up, you know what I'm saying? As usual. And once again, fam, we on the road to 100 subscribers. So I'm trying to get to that. Once again, I'm trying to get to that before kickoff on September the 7th. So I need y'all help. Y'all get the word out. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to share this on all social media platforms. Tell them to subscribe to the NOLA Chop podcast right here on YouTube, man. We here, man. We here. That'll be a nice birthday present for me, man. To hit 100 subscribers and get a black and gold up. Yeah, that's all I want for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to find my outro music real quick. Real quick. I'm trying to see what I'm feeling today. Let me see. But I'll be back next week. I might talk about more Pelicans or more. Hey, yeah, actually, I am gonna talk about more Pelicans because summer league is this week starting. So I probably might throw some Saint stuff in the mix. So, but I got y'all, family. Y'all already know. I appreciate y'all coming in here chopping up with your boy. Shout out to you, Jerry G, OGJP, and shout out to Derek L, man. D Money coming through. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all brothers coming through. You know what I mean? Supporting your boy. All right, family. I think I found it. All right, family. That's all we got. There ain't no more. Time is tight. That's the end of the show. So, on y'all way out, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell your family, man. Tell your family, tell your friends, your neighbors, people you work with, people you go to church with. If you see random people that's rocking Saints gear or Pelican gear, tell them to come through and subscribe to the NOLA podcast because we here. You know what I mean? So, but y'all can follow me on X, aka Twitter, Category 84. Y'all can follow me on Instagram as well, Category 84, and the NOLA podcast on Instagram as well. So, and y'all can follow me on Threads too. I'm on Threads, Category 84, and follow me on follow the NOLA podcast on Threads as well. So, but that's it, family. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'll chop it up with y'all next week. You know what I'm saying? Same time, same place, right here in the chop shop. So y'all stay up, be safe, and be blessed. It's the chop. Who that? Flock up. Let's chop it up. Let's go. Y'all want me to fall easily. It's